communication. What is communication? What are different types of communication? And how can we have healthy communication, right? There's a few different types of communication. The first kind is passive, where the person doesn't stand up for themselves, they don't speak their mind, they don't say what's on their mind, and they usually are getting taken advantage of by another person, or they are not getting what they want. They're not asking for what they want, right? So they're not going to get what they want. They're very quiet, and they don't say a lot. They talk about small talk maybe, but they're not talking about their feelings, right? The next type is aggressive, where the person is very outspoken, and they can be like to the point, they don't have to even be yelling, but they can just be very demanding, and it's all about them and what they want. The point is their needs are being met by force, and they're not letting the other person have their needs met. They're violating the other person's needs, right? So they can actually be yelling and screaming to get what they want, but they could also just be manipulative, or they could guilt trip somebody into getting what they want. But they get what they want kind of no matter what, and their point is to get what they want. They kind of bulldoze people, right? The next type is passive aggressive, which is a combination of those two. In front of someone's face, the person is passive, and they fold and they say, oh yeah, it's okay, we'll do whatever you want to do. But behind their back, they're aggressive, meaning they're mean, and they maybe gossip about the person, they talk crap about the person, they act big and tough behind someone's back, but to their face they're not. They're a people pleaser to someone's face, right? This is a person, social media has really brought out all the people with passive aggressive tendencies, because to someone's face they're like, yeah, you're great, you're my friend, but behind their back they're talking about them on Facebook, they're posting something about them on Facebook. Passive aggression can also come off as sarcasm, like let's say your partner didn't take out the trash, and you could just say to them, oh, I'm so glad you took out the trash. That's sarcasm, that's passive aggression. Instead of saying, hey, I'm really, frustrated you didn't take out the trash, it's putting a jab at them. And if they call you out and say, why are you mad about the trash, you can say, I was just kidding, it's not a big deal. They're hiding behind something. That's passive aggression. They're hiding behind something. They're trying to get their needs met, but in kind of a sneaky way, because they're hiding behind their passivity in front of someone's face. Then the healthy communication type is called assertive communication, which is we are getting a lot of our needs met, not all of them, because sometimes we're just not going to get something that we want, but we are doing it in a way that doesn't violate anyone else's boundaries. Right? We're doing it in a way that's not demanding. We're saying exactly what we are thinking, not exactly what we're thinking, because that's not always assertive either. That's sometimes mean, but so that's not what I meant to say. We're saying things directly and clearly to somebody. We're saying how we are actually feeling, and using the anger funnel, we're talking about stuff that's underneath the anger. We're not talking about, I'm just angry all the time, angry, angry, angry. We're talking about, I'm sad, I'm embarrassed, I'm frustrated, okay? We're saying what we need and what we want to people, what we really need and what we really want. That's being assertive. It's being open with people. This is the only way that when we talk about healthy relationships, that someone can really have a healthy relationship. It is necessary to be able to get to know somebody and to be able to share what you want and need, to be assertive with them, and to have them be assertive with you back. Because if you have someone that's passive and someone that's assertive, that doesn't work either so well, right? So this is a team effort. So a very, very simple kind of format to use, and this is kind of water damage because I use it so much, but a format to use when trying to be assertive is this. This is a little cheat sheet, okay? I feel. Feeling goes right in here. I feel blank. It can be helpful, like I've had in the past, to have a feelings sheet that says them on here if you don't know what they are, you haven't learned about feelings that much, you didn't learn about them in school or with your parents. I feel frustrated, I feel sad, I feel lonely, I feel unwanted. All of these are really powerful things that you could say to somebody, right? You can find anything like this online, though. Look for feelings examples online, right? So what do you feel? What do you feel? Then, why do you feel it? What is the other person doing that is leading to this feeling? And that other person didn't necessarily cause your feeling. Like, the thing that they're doing doesn't necessarily justify that you're feeling angry, but something has triggered you feeling angry. It might be because our perceptions are not exactly reality why we're feeling that way, but it's important to tell them so you can talk about it. So, I feel blank when you blank, and then why is it upsetting for you, or whatever emotion it's causing you. And then instead, give them a compromise, something that you would like them to do instead. So with the trash can, I feel frustrated when you don't take out the trash when you say you're going to, because it makes me anxious just seeing the trash there all the time, or it's gross. I don't like smelling the trash when I walk by it, right? It could be anything. And instead, could you try taking it out when you say you're going to take it out? Or could you try taking it out every Sunday? Give them a solution, a compromise. Maybe you guys don't have a good schedule. Maybe that's why they didn't take out the trash, right? This way, both people can have a part in the conversation instead of just one person being demanding and yelling at them about the trash. You can hear your partner's side of the story when you do this, because then they can tell you, I actually didn't take it out because I forgot. That's as simple as that. I'll take it out right now. That's it. Problem solved. You don't need to have a fight about it. You don't need to go on about it for days or bury it and then be frustrated about it for the next 3 months and have a resentment about it. It gets out of the way right then, right? I feel jealous when you are hanging out with all your friends and I call you and you don't call me back, because I don't know, I just feel like maybe you like them more than me. I feel like when you get around them, you don't think about me as much. Instead, can you text me throughout you're hanging out? And that might be unreasonable. Maybe they don't want to text you every time they go out with their friends. But if it is unreasonable, they then will use this to tell you, you know what, I'm not going to do that because I'm hanging out with my friends. I'll call you as soon as I get done with my friends. Just because I don't call you during the hangout doesn't mean I don't love you or I don't care about you. It doesn't mean that at all, right? So instead, let's make this other compromise. Does this make sense? If it doesn't, go look up assertive communication. Go look it up, and there's, I'm sure, tons of models. You could simply do, you know what, I'm feeling frustrated. That's it. You could say that. Then they're going to want to know why, though, right? You could say, you know what, I'm really needing some time with you. I need to spend more time with you. I'm really wanting to talk about this stuff, or I'm really wanting, for us to do better about cleaning the house. You can just share simply what's in your mind, but in a way that's polite, but it's still direct. Tone also matters a lot. So if you use this thing and you're sarcastic, I'm feeling so happy that you never take out the trash. That's not going to work. If you do it being aggressive and loud, it's not going to work. When we go to somebody and we say, you're making me mad and you're doing this and you're doing that, that person shuts down immediately, and they're not listening to anything they're saying. They're just preparing their argument for the story. Whatever your point is they're trying to get across, they're already trying to argue it before you even tell them what it is. When we say we make it about us, they're not as defensive. They're more willing to listen. So not everybody, if you use this, is going to be open to you doing it because they want to stay in their communication. And if you try talking to them and you try being more open and they don't, it might be, you might have to introduce them to assertive communication, and then if they don't try that, then they might not be willing to keep growing with you as you're growing and becoming a healthier person. Okay? Good luck, and we hope to see you soon.